But by the end of our legislative session this year, by the end of June, I expect that some form of legalizing marijuana will be coming to the floor for a vote. And I try not to use the word recreational marijuana because I don't see that as recreation. I don't drink recreational beers, but I do drink a beer every once in a while. To call it recreation is just the worst message we could be sending our youth. You know, we've got a lot of issues in this to deal with. And you know, you can say, well, there's marijuana, some people drink, some people prefer to smoke, it's their relaxation, whatever, not recreation. But the factors are that law enforcement has a very difficult time determining impairment or intoxication under drugs. There is no breathalyzer for marijuana. Employer-employee working relationships, it's just unknown what the consequences of this can be because there is no breathalyzer to tell us whether somebody's impaired by marijuana on the job. And if you're subject to a drug test, you know, the drug test only tells you whether that person smoked marijuana really in the last 30 days is the general period of when that stays in your blood system, not the level of THC or the level of intoxication from that. So there's a plethora of business issues. You know, just think of people operating heavy equipment, people working in hospitals, you name it. There's going to be a lot of issues, police and fire, anyone. And if something is legal, can you tell their employees that they can't do it? Those are unanswered questions that really haven't been thought through. And as far as the dispensaries and whatnot, I haven't heard any talk of what numbers they're going to be, but a county is going to be able to opt out and say we don't want one in our county. Now, what will happen with that? If you don't have one in your county, then you don't get any sales tax revenue from it either. I'm sure will be part of that. It doesn't mean that in your county you can't possess or smoke marijuana. You know, we'll all be able to drive over to Ithaca and get it because can sure as hell tell you that they're not going to opt out of it. So it's not going to be that far away. And you know, it's going to be available. It's readily available now. We have seen in every state that has legalized it a huge increase in social service numbers and cost and expense there. Emergency departments. It has been, and we're seeing now that I've been reading recently, increases in the still illegal trade of marijuana because it's still cheaper and just as easily available. And you're not going to have the stigma or have to hide possessing it or smoking it because it's legal. So if you get it illegally for half the price, you know, it just continues to fuel that black market.